Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So we're going to be discussing healthcare on this channel quite a lot, as well as some other things, but we're going to focus on healthcare right now. So I'm a nurse, I'm an LPN. I've been in healthcare for over 30 years. I was a CNA first. This is my first of many, 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 many videos that I will be sharing and reacting to, commenting on for our nurses and other healthcare professionals. So let's take a look.
As a nurse whose 5-year-old patient avoids prison.
This was a terrible, terrible mistake, and there have been consequences to the defendant.
Redonda Vaught bowed her head and wept with relief. She was sentenced to 3 years probation. Hundreds of nurses outside the court celebrated when they heard she would not be going to prison.
I'm sure there was relief, but she's certainly not doing cartwheels or anything like that.
She faced a possible 6 years behind bars, but in a stunning twist, the victim's family asked the judge to show mercy.
We forgive her. My mother-in-law would want her to be forgiven.
Yeah.
And jail time is not an option to me.
I mean, it's sad all the way around for everybody. I mean, not only my family, but hers also.
The 38-year-old nurse from Nashville wept openly as she heard those words of compassion and forgiveness. Then she turned to address the family and apologized for the first time in the 4 years since the tragedy.
Saying I'm sorry doesn't seem like enough, but you deserve to hear that, and you deserve to know that I'm very sorry.
Vaught was supposed to give her patient, Shailene Murphy, a mild sedative before a routine procedure. Instead, she administered a lethal dose of the paralyzing agent vecuronium, which comes with this clear warning label. She was found guilty of criminally negligent homicide, in a case that ignited fury among nurses across America. Hundreds of nurses kept a vigil outside court, followed the dramatic sentencing on loudspeakers.
Okay, guys, I'm not familiar with this case, but what I would like to share with you all is this is nationwide. This is in long-term care facilities. This is in rehabs, hospice, home care, hospitals. Not sure about clinics or anything like that, but we have a growing problem that has been, it's an overgrowth now. This talk about pandemics and epidemics, the way that patients and healthcare professionals are treated is insane. Okay, let's start with that. Also, the patient to staff ratio is ridiculous. And from what I'm hearing, it's the same way in hospitals. I'm going to discuss briefly long-term care, which is skilled nursing facilities, rehabs, hospice, and home care, briefly, as I said. So, we are understaffed even when these people are saying that we're staffed. In the state of Florida, they allow 30 patients to one nurse. These patients are diabetics. These are very ill people. They're diabetics, COPD, heart conditions. Guys, like these people are on multiple medications, okay? So just imagine you coming on your shift, you having 30 patients, 15 of which are finger sticks to check their blood sugar. Then you have to have the insulin coverages. Then you have the eye drops. I have had patients that were taking 3 eye drops at one time. Nurses, we all know, these medications cannot just be dropped in their eyes. First drop, 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 second drop, drop, drop. No, you have to wait the allotted time in between each drops. How are you going to do that? Then you have the creams that the CNAs are perfectly capable of putting on, like Hydrin creams, Perigard creams. Perigard is a cream that after they're cleansed, it's a skin protectant. It's like a barrier to protect their skin from breakdown. You have those. What else? There's so much we have to do. There's the charting. There's the treatments. We have a treatment nurse, or if you have a wound care nurse, which ironically quit at the job that I'm about to quit, you have wounds, then you have like the treatments. The treatments are like they may have like say like a sore on their bottom where it does not require like a full wound care. You can cleanse it with norsaline and then cover it with a dressing and of course monitor it. So keep in mind, the floor nurse will have treatments to do, the regular medications, which includes the eye drops, insulins, and then the CNAs are swamped and they're busy as well. There's some lazy ones, but they're busy as well. So if you're a good nurse, as I know a lot of us are, and again, there's some bad apples, but most of us are. Most of us have gotten into nursing because we care about people. Let me just put that there for my generation. So being the nurse that I am, as well as others, we're going to help that patient. We're going to help them get on the toilet. We're going to help them get back into bed. We're going to do all of that because keep in mind, we're busy. We're swamped. If you are going into, or someone you love is going into a nursing facility, look to see like their state surveys. Look to see where their deficiencies are, like where they got their tags. Look to see if they have any IJ tags, which means that they're in immediate jeopardy. These people are unsafe. These same people, which is the state and the federal government, that determines that it's okay to have 30 patients for one nurse, having 2 carts. We'll have 2 carts minimum, right? We'll have 2 carts. And just last week, it always happens, but just last week, it's like a CNA came to me and said that a patient needed something for pain. Okay, well, I'm like on the cart, but the patient that needed something is on a whole nother cart while I'm preparing medication for another patient. This is ridiculous and it's dangerous. Any nurse that will be truthful with you will let you know that our licenses are at risk. Accidents and errors are happening, but they are being covered up. You heard me right. They are being covered up. The DON, ADON administrator, look into these people's names. Check people's backgrounds, like our backgrounds are checked before we even hire at a job. Check out these people who you will be placing yourself in the hands of, or your loved ones in the hands of. We have got to do better as a society and come together for each other, especially in healthcare. The things that are taking place is gruesome. Oh, I have stories, many, many, many stories that are truths to tell you all. But what I'm going to start here is to let you know that yes, nurses and other healthcare professionals will be quitting because we are overworked, we're stressed out. It's affecting our health. Our health. I'm not even going to get into that, but I'm so glad that this nurse here received the punishment that she did, and the families were understanding because, again, I don't know the facts regarding this case, but we're not out here to hurt people. We're not. We took an oath, and the oath is to first do no harm. But yet, you cannot walk into a facility and think that a nurse is handing out medications properly. In most states, if not all, you have an hour before, an hour after to give a medication. And also treatments, guys. So therefore, if a patient has a medication, medications due at 9 o'clock, we have 8 o'clock to give it, up to 10 o'clock to give it. After that, 30 patients, guys. Now, let me tell you, as I said, how are you going to give medications to 30 people? Minimum. Give eye drops, finger checks. Oh, and also the parameters for blood pressures, digoxin for heart rates and things like that. Blood pressures have to be checked. Guys, we are swamped. We all really need to come together here. There's no way, and I'm not the only person who says this, but I am the first person, maybe not, to say it at the job that I'm at now. I had another nurse say that she said something, but they just basically ignored her, and she's glad that I was actually speaking on it because no one else was. So I'm not sure if anybody else has, but we cannot do this. We cannot give patients, 30 patients, medications, treatments, make sure their blood pressures, their blood sugars, everything is how it's supposed to be. We can't do that. It's impossible to do. And as a human being, as I told everyone at my current employer, I'm a human being. I can't do that. I can't come in here and then think that, with these shortcuts. And let me tell you, there's another video going around. And guys, I'm new to this YouTube, so please excuse me for my ums and things like that. I'm not really a person to be in front of a camera or anything like that. But there's another video. Gabriel Fritz, I want to say his name is. He's a nurse, and he was in his video. He was saying how the nurses are giving all medications in one pop. I'm here to tell you that I know the facility that I'm at right now, that's a fact. I was taught during orientation to give certain patients all their medications at once. Oh yeah, this person will take it, that person will take it, that person will take it, that person will take it. I had a patient 2 weeks ago on a Sunday tell me that he went and he's been complaining, and he told one of the nurses that was giving him the medications, all of them in one pop. He said he asked her, well, did you ask my doctor? And he was like, what? If you can give me all my medications at once. That was my light bulb for me. That was the notification for me, and it has not been right ever since then. I tried to give the medications properly, but then they're all pinks. And then the DON is telling me that if you have about five honey, 5 pinks on a PCC system, if you guys are aware of that. But pink means that it's overdue. Honey, I have a whole page overdue. Are you kidding me? On one cart. You understand what I'm saying? So it's you have 2 carts. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? And I even asked for the DON if she could show me herself how she's giving out all these medications, treatments, and doing the blood sugar checks, the blood pressures, and things like that before you give a medication. I asked her to show me. You know what she said? All she said was, well, who are you having a problem with the eye drops? It's not about eye drops, honey. You're not even paying attention. And we're all under you. You're going to protect your license, but then basically put all of ours in jeopardy. It's a no. It's an absolute no. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to those patients. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve to be given all their medications at one time, because something's going to happen. I just don't want it to be there when I'm there, which is why I'm quitting, especially after my daughter just gave birth. And congratulations to Serenity and Alex on baby Ivy, my 9th grandchild. So during this hurricane, I called out on Wednesday. The hurricane hit Wednesday night into Thursday here in Florida. And I wasn't calling out for the hurricane, but when I called the DON, I basically said to her that, I'm calling out for my shift on Thursday and Friday. That's the first as I got. She went on her little rampage, and I let her speak. So then what I did was I said, no, that's not it. My daughter's in a hospital. She may have to have a C-section. We're not from here. And my other daughter that's been here in Florida has had poor experiences with her health care at the same hospital and the same doctor, the OBGYN, that my daughter has. So as a mother, I wanted to be present for that. Oh, well, you're going to need a doctor's excuse. Why? And as I told her, I don't have a doctor here because I'm not from here. Listen, honey, that whole topic about healthcare and all that, that's a whole nother one aside from just nursing homes and facilities. But I'm not from here. So then she tells me, well, you have to get one from your daughter's doctor. No, I'm quitting. I'm done. My last day was my last day. I'm done. I'll figure it out. I have another interview on Tuesday. I'll figure it out. Bedside is not good for your mental health, your spiritual health, whatever you believe in. I think that's emotional health. It's just not good. It's so stressful, and the things that you have to do or neglect people It's crushing at times. It's crushing. When I spoke with, I was going to say her name, when I spoke with the scheduler to let her know how I felt, I was crying. And I'm so thankful for her because she does actually listen to all of us, the nurses, the CNA, she listens to all of us. So thank you. I'll say Mel, thank you. Guys, we have to do better. We have to come together. We have to speak out to these state representatives. We have to get new laws in place, policies, all of that. It is unsafe for your loved ones, for you, if you're in a nursing facility, to receive all your medications, to not receive them. Some don't receive their medications. It's a lot, guys. We have to come together and be united on this. Health care. We need to put the care back in healthcare. We have to. Accidents can happen. And in this day and age, most of us have to work. It's normally a 2-income household, and a lot of times most people are working more than one job. So who's going to take care of these people? You're not going to be able to. There's a FMLA, like there's like, laws and things like that put into place for like, the Family Leave Act and things like that. However, most people cannot take care of their loved ones. We also need to go back to keeping sick rooms in our house, keeping our loved ones in the house and having home care. And then you have to be on top of that as well. I'm not going to be long-winded on this video because, again, there's so much I have to say on so many avenues. I've been in healthcare for over 30 years. I started as a CNA. I've been a nurse since 2005. And the things that I have seen in the states that I have worked at, I've worked in New Jersey, Colorado, Delaware. I'm not sure if I worked in Delaware as a nurse, but Delaware, New Jersey, Colorado, and Florida. This has got to stop. This has got to stop. Nurses and CNAs and other healthcare professionals, we have to be protected so we can protect you guys. No one sits around and not do anything. And if they do, they're allowing it. The facility, the administrator, the DON, the ADON. You can't sit down. I had to write on my missed punch sheets. And by the way, checks are always wrong. I had to write on my missed punch sheets, I don't take a break, because I don't. You're not going to take money from me when I am on my feet. From the time I get there, the only time I sit down, and maybe like 5 minutes, like to do like some trotting like real quick, then I'm back up. Because again, you have 30 people to do on a minimum. And what I had started doing lately was I would tell them, I would come in, see my name on the board for 2 different halls. Oh, so I'm doing 1 and 2? If so, I'm going home. And I call them and I text them. If I'm doing 2 carts, 2 halls, 40 people, I'm going home. And then that gets out to like the other staff members. Why? Listen, first, do no harm. Plain and simple, guys. Again, everyone, we need to come together for this. We need to come together. We need to stand together, not just on this, but so many things. But healthcare, we need to make that a huge priority right now. Everyone, I would like to thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if my volume is like too loud and things like that, please give me some grace. I'm new to YouTube. I'm trying to figure these things out. I'm going to have my granddaughter come over so she can help me out with some of this editing stuff, since she says she's like really good at it. But thank you again for watching so much, because these messages are important. Please share, 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 share. Also, Google the other nurses. Google nurses quitting. Google CNAs quitting. Google, so you can find out what's going on in these places. We're not lying, y'all. We're not lying. We're telling you the truth, because what's going on is not right and it's inhumane. So again, please like, comment, please comment, share this video, share, and please subscribe, as I will be having more videos, not just on this topic, but other topics as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.